How's it going? What's up and what's happening there, blessed beautiful souls? Welcome to the Crypto Bliss Show. Thank you for being here with me today. I'm Kiara DeCass, and I am so excited to be here with you once again on the video, on the channel. Boom, give me some knuckles up there, everybody. Happy Friday to you all, you blessed souls. So today we are super excited because there is a lot of news to share with you. And of course, you guys know that at least once a day I do a pretty long video, and then every now and then I do a shorter video. So you can see that. I did that yesterday, why Bitcoin was rejected, because the employment numbers came in yesterday and America had basically employed 200,000 people more. So in fact, more, 230K more, which was almost double what they had predicted, essentially. So of course, the highlights of it are very, very manipulated. But you know, people like you and I that build businesses in the economies of that governments control essentially are run by us, and that's where employment comes from. So in today's video, $1.214 trillion on the market cap. Bitcoin is falling on its ass right now, but it's still maintaining itself above the 30,000 level. And we'll talk about that in the Bitcoin chart in a moment. So make sure to stay right to the very end of the video to get the full content of this video, because this video is going to be very, very powerful for you guys. Ethereum is now below the 1900 level and has dropped to 1860 pretty much. BNB at 233, so hasn't really done much. XRP at 46 cents. Lido at 1860, Cardano 28 cents, Dogecoin 6.5 cents, Solana at 1979, Litecoin at 96.31. Yo, Litecoin is extremely volatile, I must say. Polkadot is $5.12, Matic 66 cents. I'm seeing these sixes all over the show, guys. So very, very interesting, and definitely making these things happen for all of us, you blessed, beautiful souls. Okay, so today the Fear and Greed Index is sitting at 55. Not much of a change from yesterday's 56, just slightly lower, even though we had a crazy rejection from the 31.5K level. Bitcoin bubbles, some of them are doing well, some of them are not doing so. See what the post was all about. But basically, I'd said that Solana was the only one yesterday in the green. So that was very interesting to see. But now I don't even see it anywhere on this list here. And pretty much the rest are very, very, very much insane here. And let's just see what is going to go on in this market. Okay. Please remember that today, later on, we actually have the non-farm payrolls. US non-farm payrolls, that's 8:30 a.m. Their time and 3:30 p.m. South African time. So that's in approximately 3 hours. I will hopefully publish this video by 1 o'clock for you guys. It is now 12:15. US unemployment rate is seemingly 3.6%. So they believe that they brought it down. The hourly wages will remain the same. And hourly wages year on year, they believe, has come down just a fraction of a basis point. So let us go and see all of the stuff that is happening in the space. Shall we go and talk a bit about the news? But let's go and quickly look at the Dixie chart first, because the Dixie chart is getting to us what? Well, very interesting, right? And normally this is why emotions need to be kept out of the market, because emotions don't help us trade, and they actually mess with our trading and they mess with our psyche. So I'm just going to show you something. This crazy little U pattern that we have here, okay, is a very interesting U pattern on the RSI. But if you have a look at the MACD, you can see on the MACD is actually pointing upwards, right? So the MACD is pointing upwards in a strong manner, and it has been green for the past few days, which tells me that, you know, maybe we want to come and retest this down sloping trend once again before continuing the pattern and the momentum down to the downside. So we could essentially float here until that happens and then finally drop. That would be amazing. I'd love to see that unfold, because then at least we know we're doing the last little bit of a shakeout from the dollar, not necessarily from the risk on assets, which means that the risk on assets will essentially in themselves also just crash a little bit or pull back a little bit But Bitcoin is still remaining very, very strong right now. So the MACD looks as though it wants to kind of make its way back up, and then who knows what happens from there. But I guess we'll see. Two contradicting indicators right now on this chart. So in today's light, we have a little bit of news today. So let's just touch base very quickly on the news, because there's actually a lot more that I want to share with you than news. So Lightning Labs released, I want to show you data, actual factual data on Bitcoin. Okay. So make sure to stay right to the very end of the video. And of course, if you're enjoying the video, please give the thumbs up. Of course, that would be really appreciated. And if you're watching and have not yet subscribed, then smash the subscription bell, guys. What are you actually waiting for? So today, Lightning Labs releases tools letting AI transact and hold Bitcoin. So AI models such as ChatGPT could soon be able to buy, sell, and use Bitcoin on the Lightning Network. So that's very, very interesting right there, right? So Lightning Labs announcing a new set of tools to build Lightning and Bitcoin-powered AI products for a global audience. Using L402, a standard for API authentication, with LN payments and LangChain AI, a simplified AI app framework, we are opening up A14 AII. So that's pretty interesting. Yeah, guys, I think that's great in one perspective, but you know, what happens one day if AI decides, well, I'm going to hold all of the Bitcoin and nobody else will ever be able to hold all the Bitcoin, and AI becomes the wealthiest mechanism or tool on the planet? That would be very interesting to see that. And who knows, anything could happen, right? Now, the next little bit of news in the market today is Vitalik Buterin says ordinals have revived builder culture on Bitcoin. So Ethereum co-founder said new developments on Bitcoin provide good pushback against laser eye maximalists. Okay, we try again. So very interesting to see here. Okay, don't worry about any of that stuff actually. And yeah, let's go and see what other news we have here. So this is a pretty interesting article. I did love this article, and it's from the 2nd of July, which is 5 days ago. So not very, very long ago. So basically, Binance conducts the 11th Loon Sea burn, 2.65 billion tokens destroyed. Now, this was on the 2nd of July. Now, guys, if you didn't go and watch my Luna video here a day ago, make sure to go and watch that. I will be doing another video for you guys, because the burning mechanism that is busy happening is insane, because the amount of crypto that, the amount of coins that this project has is massively insane. So yeah, keep a close eye on that project. And if you're enjoying that project, make sure to subscribe to my channel so that you get more videos, because I will release more videos over the next couple of days of that. Now, the next thing, the great accumulation of Bitcoin has begun, says Gemini's Winklevoss. With a spot Bitcoin ETF filings helping boost the price of Bitcoin, some suggest the window to front-run institutional demand is closing. Okay, so if you have not yet got into Bitcoin before the institutions, no financial advice. I hope you do so, because when the financial institutions come in, the likelihood of us buying Bitcoin again at $30,000, oh, it's like 1 in 21 million. Okay, so anyways, if you guys would like to trade, my Bybit link down below, that will give you guys a $30,000 deposit bonus, and that will be for you guys. I actually just want to pull this a little bit closer towards me so I can chill nicely here with you guys. So let's get on to the last 2 bits of news before I get onto the data. Bitcoin mining stocks outperformed BTC in 23, but on-chain data points to a potential stall. So very, very simple. You can see here the company. These are the companies that mine. This is their market capitalization. This is their performance in March, Q1 performance, June performance, and half-yearly performance. So half-yearly performance, all of them are pretty much up above 100%. So that's amazing and very, very, very powerful. The average is 254%, and the median is about 259%. So guys, the gains on Bitcoin are massive. The gains on mining is huge, guys. So 12K BTC, this is insane. So these are the mining companies in terms of what they hold. So yeah, that's lots, but also not lots. Mining profits improve, but miners are selling. So the mining profits are improving, but miners are selling. And I guess that's exactly part of why our Bitcoin price is actually collapsing at the moment. Part of it, not all of it. So one last cool news article is the UAE emerges as a pro-Bitcoin mining destination in the Middle East. The United UAE combines Bitcoin mining capacity is an estimated to be around 400 megawatts or 4% of Bitcoin's global hash rate. Amazing, guys. That's power, power, power. So 3.7% of Bitcoin's hash rate is 400 megawatts. Power prices, so high and low, so it's more on the low side. Power to price risk, low. Power sources, kind of medium. Regulations, medium. Political risk, low. Operating conditions, very demanding. So that's interesting to hear. And nuclear power, solar power, and natural gases is how it is being absolutely mined in the UAE. So very, very nice to see this beautiful energy and this beautiful power of Bitcoin. Guys, if you own Bitcoin, let me know down below. Do you own Bitcoin? And what percentage of your personal portfolio is Bitcoin? I would love to know that from my community. Last thing here, Bitcoin bull run incoming. Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao reveals when. So he spoke about it on his Twitter spaces. In a July 5 Ask Me Anything session on Twitter, CZ covered BlackRock's intention to enter the crypto market, updated listeners about ongoing regulatory against the exchange, and gave his thoughts on the next bull run. So this year, after the Bitcoin halving, is usually the bull year. This year, after the Bitcoin halving, is usually the bull year. So anyone who's coming into crypto that's not in crypto today will bring additional people into crypto. Will they compete for any of the existing users with us? Yes, probably a little bit. But to be honest, look at our users base. The overlap is minimal. So he's basically saying that the bull run will start after. Now, guys, come on to Glassnode. I actually want to show you something on Glassnode. So how many Bitcoin are for sale? Well, let's go and have a look at some of these charts and some of these diagrams, and then we'll go and have a look at the chart. So make sure to stay right to the end. And if you're enjoying the content, because now it is about to get serious, this is going to change the way you think about Bitcoin right now. So make sure you smash the thumbs up. I want to see 10 likes on the video, and let's get to it. So first diagram, regional month-over-month Bitcoin price change. Okay, so the red is the Asia trading hours. Boom, it's down first and then up. The EU is normally just up, and then the US is leading. The US trading hours are the one that is leading. You can see there it starts there and rallies up. Then the US trading is down first. The Asia trading is down first and then up, and then the euro trading is kind of sideways before it goes up. Okay, and then the black line is of course Bitcoin's price, month-on-month change. So US onshore is Coinbase, Kraken, and Gemini. Asia offshore is Binance, OK, and Huobi. Now, top exchange net flow, distribution regime for Binance, and accumulation regime for all exchanges. Okay, accumulation is in the green and distribution is in the red. So you can see there was massive distribution, massive distribution, massive distribution. Now we are entering into an accumulation regime. And obviously we shall be continuing to accumulate on the way to the Bitcoin halving, right? Exactly. So regional exchange net flow distribution, 30-day monthly average. Now Asia sell, US buy. Okay, so you can see that's happening there. Strong accumulation, Asia buy, US buy. Okay, so this all happened here, right here at the bottom of the market. Okay, we pretty much called the bottom of the market, and now Asia is selling some of their Bitcoin, US is selling some of their Bitcoin, and normally you would want to see it come up a little bit from this point. So they're only selling a little bit, but I tell you why they're selling. Because without a doubt, they are pushing the price, they're rejecting the price off the 31.5K level. Because the moment it gets past that 31.5K level, guys, it's like a fucking speeding bullet train. You ain't gonna catch it, okay? So, which means that the big boys bring the ship back, enter into it gently, without affecting the market, which is actually huge manipulation in the assets themselves, and it's quite devious that that is what they do, but they have a legal way of getting around it, which is interesting. Now, one of the cool things here is that the long and short-term holder supply is a very, very real thing, guys. Only nearly 12%, 11.9%, or 2.28 million Bitcoin that are left circulating are on the exchanges, okay, which means that it's available for us to buy. The short-term holder supply is 13.6%, which means that all of the holders holding Bitcoin is much more than the exchanges, okay, which is a good sign. Then we have the next one, which is the long-term holder supply, which hold about 74.5% or 14.47 million Bitcoin. That is mad, guys. So people have been holding long-term, waiting for this thing to massively explode. I just want to show something to you guys. This was a crazy climb up here. Then we had a massive drop. Then we've had a little bit of a climb, a massive drop, and a little bit of a climb. So what does that mean? Well, look at that in comparison to where we're at right now. It's not even close. So we just have to be patient. That's all, guys. Now, the spot and perpetual market velocity. Well, the spot and perpetual market velocity shows us the difference between spot futures and basically on the weekly and the monthly time frame. And essentially 1 month old is the orange. The velocity, the red line, is the 1 week old. So the 1 month velocity is very much just like stalled, and is what the one article said. And then the red is trying to make its way up, and then perpetual is a continuation. Now this is market velocity, so that's very interesting to see that the velocity has actually slowed down. But the velocity will start to, even though we've had this massive run, which shows us that, you know, retailers, retailers are actually very slow to come into Bitcoin and crypto. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So the lost, guys, if you're enjoying the video, please remember to like, subscribe, and share the video, because that matters to me and you for the channel. Thanks for being here, of course. Now, the lost and hot supply versus perpetual open interest 7-day moving average. Now, over from 2011 to now, you can see that the hot supply and lost supply in the red is pretty low at the moment in comparison to what it's previously been. Now, the perpetual open interest is coming into the blue, which means that there's more and more futures that are opening up for the contracts, which means that more liquidity will essentially come into the space with some time. So lost and hot supply versus perpetual open interest, you can see it, that chart a little bit zoomed in, and they're saying that probably 1.45 million Bitcoin are already lost, which is insane, guys. That is mad. But you can see that the lost component has actually been coming down quite substantially. Hot supply and perpetual open interest on position change. Now, hot supply and perpetual decline when it's in the green. But now, as you can see there, we're just about to rise in the perpetuals. And that is very interesting because once we get into the red here, you can see this is where we start to rally. Once we get into the red, this actually fell. If you look at that, once we get into the red, it fell. Once we get into the red, it falls. Once we get into the red, it falls. Once we get into the red, are we going to fall? Is there going to be a level of resistance at this 31.5K level? Perhaps, maybe. Let's go and see. Now, one of the last charts that I want to show you is hot supply versus Mt. Gox and the government. So, government balance has been increasing since January 21. Boom, increase. They have barely even decreased their holdings. Guys, now Mt. Gox has pretty much remained the same, but yet the government has been increasing, and the government has 204,000 Bitcoin, and Mt. Gox only has 137K Bitcoin left, or on the BTC balance, which is very interesting, guys, because this is the US government, and now the US government hasn't even regulated Bitcoin. They haven't done anything. They're very contradictory in what they're saying around regulation, but here they are owning 204,000 Bitcoin, which is 1% of the total supply of Bitcoin. They own the US government owns 1% of the total supply of Bitcoin right now. That is scary, guys. Long and short-term cost basis. So you can see here, it's pretty much on even Stevens from down here at the 10th of March. And basically we were talking about 19, kind of 21, 20K. Whereas here we're talking about 25K at the moment. So very interesting charts, right? And yeah, that's it that I want to show you. So let's go and have a look at the Bitcoin dominance quickly at the moment. So the Bitcoin dominance is building another bull flag. Okay, you can see there it bounced off of the 20 moving average and is now looking for a stronger momentum up. The RSI maybe reset itself. I mean, the MACD reset itself a little bit. The RSI looks like it's pulling up. Which tells us that we could actually be moved. We almost hit that target at this target here, which was essentially a breakout pattern. Excuse me, a breakout pattern of this here. So we have ticked that one. So are we going to have a little bit of a push out? Now I just want to go and show you guys something, because if we do that on this flag, look where it takes us, almost to just about the region that I've been talking about, the 57 to 58% BTC dominance. Now, if that is the instance, right? Dollar, bye-bye. Total crypto market cap, pretty much on the same kind of level. Now, the total crypto market cap, if you're going to have a look at this very, very nicely, you can actually see here on the total crypto market cap that we have been building some sort of channel formation. Let me reload here. We have been building some sort of channel formation here, which is very, very strong and indicative that we are building our momentum to get ourselves back up to the top side, right? So let's build the channel. So from there to there is the channel, and there you can see. Okay, so we're doing somewhat of channel momentum. Now we broke out here, we retested, we pushed up a little bit more, we retested. Are we going to just push back up to this level up here, which kind of brings us to about the $610 to $612 billion market cap? Well, the next level of hardcore resistance is up here at the 680 to 690 level of resistance. But guess what? We actually found our first level of support, right? I did speak about this on my videos a few weeks ago, and that's amazing. So, guys, what do you think's going on in the Bitcoin market right now? I would actually love, in like one simple sentence from you guys, or even one word, what do you think is happening with Bitcoin right now? Do you think it's bullish? Do you think it's bearish? Do you think we're being rejected? Do you think we're finding some support? What do you personally think? I would love to know in the comments down below. And remember, you guys can sign up with my Bybit link down below so that you guys can get into trading with me. Now, guys, gold, very quickly, doing the same thing. Gold is now, I actually noticed this morning. So it was previously above the 20 and the 50, but now we are actually at this point, we actually came underneath the 20 and the 50, which is a little bit of a bearish sign actually for gold. So, you know, we'll see what happens. But right now we're being pressurized, and the moving averages are currently opening up, which is telling me that we could, if we break this channel, guys, we're in for a bit of a ride with gold. And gold would essentially break down, hit this level of support at 1811, maybe come back up and hit resistance on the moving averages, and then pull back down maybe to this kind of 1627 level. Let me know what you guys think about that down below, because if that happens, you know, what's going to happen to crypto and other assets, essentially. So finally, we are at the Bitcoin chart. Now let's go and see what is happening in the Bitcoin chart, because yesterday we had a crazy, epic, mad rejection from this price level. So let us go and have a little talk about that right now. So the MACD, busy crossing, okay? The RSI, busy resetting. So those are also contradicting one another, but you know, the MACD could essentially kind of do something like this and then go for a stronger rally while the RSI does that. Okay, something along those lines. Okay, now, yesterday I did say to you guys, if we broke this bottom line here, which is on the 20 moving average now, we could essentially come down to this purple, the bottom of my purple box here, which would be at about 28,865. And that we would then bounce off of the 50. Hopefully we would bounce off of the 50 like we have previously bounced off of the 50. But if we do fail that attempt, guys, we could kind of do something like this, you know, we could, and then we could kind of sit around here and then slowly make our way back up and then kind of do something like this, you know. So who knows? Actually, none of us have a crystal ball. None of us actually know what is really going to happen. But at the end of the day, when it's having a little bit of a pullback here, I just need to show you something very, very important. Okay, and let me zoom in just ever so slightly for us so that you guys can see this very clearly. Because look at this candle, okay? Look at that candle. All right. Then look at this candle, and then look at this candle. Okay? Don't they look the same? Now look at this candle, busy forming, right? Now look at the current candle, busy forming. That looks like identical patterns. So could we start to get some sort of channel of resistance back down to this level? Yeah, without breaking this low here. Yes, we could. And that would bring us down to about a 26,000, 26,500 level. And then we should hopefully start to make a very strong move back up. But if we fail that, okay, and we break through, guys, Bitcoin can still come down to the 20,000 level. Can it come down even lower? Yes, it can, but it's not to say that it will. So let me know what you guys think. And I would love to hear the comments of my beautiful crypto community. And let's go and see what we think here. Now, I just want to say something. The RSI is kind of resetting. So for me, maybe we make a little bit of a jump down and then start to make our way back up before a strong push up to the upside. That's my personal view. And as I said, my personal target is 38,000. I am still in my Bitcoin long, my Ethereum long, my Aptos long, and my Optimism long. So I am still in my longs. And even though we pulled down and we had a bit of a freak accident that happened here in the market, freak rejection that happened in the market, I'm still just holding my positions. And I'm going to just enter and lower the entry price down. And this is the smart way that traders actually trade. They don't just get in and hope that it's going to do what they think it's going to do, because it could do anything. And that's the thing. We don't actually know what it's going to do in the next day or 2 or 3 or 4, but we do know what it will do over the long term. And over the long term, right to the moon and beyond. So thanks for being here on the video, guys. Remember, like, subscribe, and share my content on the channel. I appreciate every single one of you beautiful and blessed souls. Thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.